Good day, everyone. Welcome to paradise. Okay, I've blown the snow off with a leaf blower, off the railing, the barbecue, the table, and the flower boxes. Okay, that's done. But I need this table today. Today's the first time I've had temperatures above minus 20 degrees centigrade. I'm going to say in close to 2 weeks, if not more. Okay, covered with ice. Okay, we're going to back out. And see what we can do here. There, I was getting a display upside down. Next thing I'll bring forth, you see here is the old satellite TV receiver. And yeah, it slides around a bit. I actually got a spot where the ice underneath the snow came off for me. So that's good. Okay, I'm going to bring a chair out with a whole pile of stuff. Okay. Now, not sure if you can see me here, so we'll just move stuff into sight. Okay. Mustn't forget the Winnipeg cup. Yes. Okay. Now, that's the gear we're going to work with today. I'm going to reposition the camera and we'll get to it. Okay. Here we go. Now, some time ago, I remember introducing you to my friend, and yeah, don't mind me. We got ice here too. Okay. 775 milliliters. The Seagull pot. And I was wondering, and I didn't get a whole bunch of responses, plus or minus, whether or not it would be good for your long-term bug-out bag when you partner it with this. And you see we're skating around here real good. Okay. Yes. We're still below zero, about 7 degrees below 0 centigrade. And so, needless to say, still cool. This, yay, faithful old Lixada. Aluminum disc to reduce the sparks from getting on the grass and stuff. Now, I remember a grill. I didn't use it much for grilling pork chops or steaks or hamburgers or anything. And the top unit. And I'm sure you're wondering, okay, what is that guy going to do today? Well, first off, we dig out fire starters and matches. Now, let's get to it, shall we? There, the Lixada has got a place. Okay, we don't have wood yet. Oh yeah, but hey, it's around the corner. Okay, now, I've got a bunch of, okay, I call it, excuse me for putting my hood up, but that draft is a bit much. Yeah, we're sticking up a bit high, so we're going to be going for shorter ones where possible. And come off of there. We'll try and get these guys to cooperate. And I'm going to take out the tall ones and just try and go with small. Okay, there. Now, of course we need some fine stuff, don't we? Okay. Now, I'm going to cheat today. Take half, and that should be good. I'm also going to verify that in actual fact the camera can see me, because with the sun behind the brightness behind the camera, I'm not too certain. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to flex it a bit, and this is one of those fire starters that I created. And I'm going to cheat. Come on, in my pocket I have an old, this case it's a super fuel. Yes, we do have ignition. Okay. Now I'm going to stick it in here, and we're going to build a fire on top of it. Okay, now this is the way I positioned it. We're going to give it some more flame. Okay. I managed to extinguish it. Okay, now we can't do much until we get that burnt down, so I'll come back to you once we have a fire established and going well, and we'll carry on from there. Okay, now I had to take a peek, and even though this viewer is showing it upside down, can you imagine? Okay, now like I said, this is a Lixada. And I thought at the same time, I'm going to give you my evaluation of it as well. And I'll compare it with my trusty old Ted-made hobo stove. And yeah, I've got my Trangia in there, Pathfinder's little stove, whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Now, comparison. There isn't a comparison. No. Yeah, now this I opened up larger so that I could work through it with the Trangia, and also the Trangia could be used in a simmering. And yes, it's fine. What did I find basically though? Well, the hobo stove, I love it for a campfire, a miniature campfire. Okay? For that, it's exceptional. The disadvantage, one of my videos, right out here on the deck, I was probably making coffee. And you could see the flames were blowing out all the holes all around it and out the top. Very dynamic. Okay, the problem with it is too many holes. Yeah. Hence the definite advantage of using a can and using the triangular punch, the can opener that my mom used to use for opening cans of carnation. Okay, makes a triangular hole on both sides and you can pour real well. And that worked great. Now, as far as and so a stove made like my son made one like that. He found the same thing with his. He wasn't doing as well cooking, and so you know we can only hope that they'll continue to be enjoying favor in that regards, and also using it with Trangia works fantastic. Now, okay, I do have fire still. It's beginning to look like maybe I wasn't going to get there. Anyway, we'll try and get this stuff. In the past, I had found that it actually got going better once I put it on the top, and that ring. Now, back to my evaluation of the Lixada. That part, bar none, I love it. I can't afford to buy a solo stove, and it would be nice to buy a solo stove with a matching pot to go with it. That would be great. Disadvantage is right here. Now, these stands, first off, if we go to something small, let's take this glass for instance. It goes right inside it, okay? No, and with airflow wouldn't come out anyway. So, now, true, I can do this, fold them down, but they go down sometimes a little unevenly. And yeah, that works, but you see what's sticking out the bottom, right? If we look at sideways into the wood, not good. Okay, so disadvantage. Solution, I don't have. The Lixadas and some of the other stoves that came out with where it came up and had the 3 and sometimes 5, depending on the brand, fingers bent inward, this pot supports, and they're notched out. So we could just take and stick in fuel. That I would love to have. I don't have. Okay, now I'm going to try and stick, a little premature I think on that. I'm not getting a real roaring blaze here yet. And so I'm just going to move things around here a little bit, and hopefully this will encourage the stove to move right along and get us going. We'll find out real quick. This wood has been indoors in my sunroom for 3 months, 4 months. It was dry when it came in, and so I'm hoping that we're going to get something going. But anyway, as you can see, like that, there's not a problem at all with the MSR sitting on top. And that's where, except for blocking off airflow. Okay, see if I can. You're right, I don't have a bellows or a tube. Tried to make one and it was a mistake. Okay, anyway, we'll give it a try. I'm going to pause this until we get the fire going a lot better. Okay folks, welcome back. We actually have flames going. I'm not going to call it a great fire, but anyway, I put 2 cups of water. By the way, you notice the superior water jug. Brown chocolate milk from the gas bar. It was time for a drink when I was out running about. And we're going, and hopefully we'll keep right on going. Yeah, the pot's going to get dirty. It's the first time it's been used over a wood fire. That's okay. So, what's my aim today? Well, got ramen noodles. And what I'm going to put in first will bring it up. Hopefully you can see this okay. Okay, anyway, it's turkey jerky. Cut it and broken up when it was still frozen. And like turkey, well, why not? It's amazing, that thing looks like as if it's really going. When in actual fact, not so much. Okay. Now what I did not bring was a utensil to stir with. Can you imagine? And so we're going to do a little clean up, scrub up. There, my hook. All right. And we will just, the thought was to boil the jerky and soften it up, spread around its flavor. Okay, now if I use the same hook each time, I'll be doing fine. Now, why did I stand the wood up vertically, and why did I want oak instead of poplar? Because I want it to burn longer. Because, and that's what I found I'd have to do with this stove, because I really don't. You've got about 3/4 of an inch clearance between the top of the ring and the bottom of the pot. That's all, 3/4 of an inch. There's no way of doing an opening to put fuel in. Now, I debated and debated. I haven't won or lost yet on whether or not on the side between two supports to cut a notch to allow me to put it in. Obviously, when I do that, we're going to have flames coming out there. And it's good to see that we have flames coming out all around this pot. That's good. Okay, we're going to leave it go. And we'll be back once again once we've got something further progressing. Okay, there you can see it's boiling. No problem at all. I'm going to just lift the video up a little bit without going to that extreme. Okay, there we are. Now I'm going to leave it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. My estimate, maybe a bit longer. May have to add a bit more water, because you see we've got a rolling boil here. Now when I came out and I didn't bring a spoon or anything, I was thinking I had my spork, the plastic telescoping spork, GSI one, but that's in my tea kettle, so that doesn't work. Okay, and the flames, with the breeze blowing in the bottom, it's really moving right along now. The wood, there's no problem there. We can probably boil up a big pot of coffee or something like that after the stove is finished. But that's okay. I didn't think to start timing how long it's been honoring like that. Anyway, I'm just going to sit here and relax, and I'll leave the camera roll, and you can watch, and we'll see how much I edit out later. Now the one thing, didn't close my eyes quite quick enough. Yeah, my glasses got steam too. Okay. Coloration of the water has gone a slight tint to it, which is not unexpected because, of course, we've got salt and what else in the jerky to make the jerky. Okay, I'm just gonna. I think now that's 5 minutes. So we will go to the ramen noodles now. My plan, quite simply, is not to use, the flavor pouch at all, unless it's bland. So we're not throwing it out. We're going to keep the flavor pouch. By the way, that's beef flavored. Here's the package so that you can get a good view of it. Okay. Now, the flavoring with this brand, and they're a little on the hard side. The flavoring to me, yes, it's salty, and yes, you're out hiking, working, and such. You need the salt with all the perspiration you're doing. Okay, I'm not doing all that hiking. So, now in with the noodles. And the water level has steamed down somewhat, which is okay. I'll add some more if I need to. We'll give it a minute or so. Now the stove, the logs are still there. The bottom, way down, lots of red hot coals down there. So that's good. I like this pot with a long handle. Keeps your hand away from the fire, and it should not. Yeah, it's cold down here. Okay, we're getting some warmth there. Not anything to worry about. And so we will see if I can get these noodles to. Oh yeah. Now that in itself you'd think would be fine, right? Well, almost. Wanted to try it, and I'm not seeing much in my viewfinder here. Yeah. Anyway, these are vegetables. I'm alone. Cook with a neighbor, a friend of mine sometimes, daily, but I don't cook all the time. So this is what's left of mixed vegetables, and all I've got: peas, a little bit of beans, and one little piece of corn, miniature size. Okay, and the idea, stir it in. Give it some appearance of being a good meal. Okay. Now they're still frozen, so we want them to have a chance to cook. And like I say, we got lots of flame here. No problem at all with that. I did not remember to put dish soap on the outside of the pot, which means that it's going to be a mess. That's okay. I don't mind a bit. We got a good flame coming out of that stove, and I'm gonna. Yeah, it's been in excess of 15 minutes burning. Considering my start wasn't great until I put the second piece of fire starter that I make out of ladies' makeup pads dipped in paraffin. And once I get them used down and the weather warms up, I'll be making some outside with beeswax and coconut oil, recommended by one of my viewers. And I hadn't forgotten, so I know that you may have wondered if I remembered your message. I did, and that's just going to be great. So we're going to hopefully get these things to cook up, and we're almost getting to the stew state. So that's okay too. Now, of course, I'm not going to eat any because I don't have a spoon with me, do I, or a fork? Okay. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to pause it and run in and get my tea kettle. And I think I got lots of, yeah, still got, that's a 1 liter bottle, by the way. And I just used it because it was convenient. It's something to take in the car. My kit in the car has water in it, but it's only 3/4 full and it's frozen. Okay, I shall return with you shortly. Okay, we're back. Tin cup. Gourmet coffee. Yes. Now we have a fork and a spoon. They're out of my camping gear that I keep in the house. Okay. And you all know the faithful faithful. Okay, I'll just dump in the rest of my water. Okay. I love this thing. You know, there's pots that people use and they don't have the notch in them in the top. I like it, the fact that we do. And I can see where I'm going to have to add some wood. Okay. Those are some mess, right? Okay, you're not going to go in. Okay. Into the bag. Now, we should self-ignite there before long. Okay. All that smoke. And now we have steam. Okay, bring the pot where you can see. And there we are. Okay, so gotta try that corn. Okay, folks, so there you are. That little cob of corn is hot but still crunchy. And there's no water to speak of. So we're going to let that just sit for a moment. Now, obviously, I steamed away probably, I'm going to say, quarter of a cup or a half a cup of water in all that cooking and the steaming part. And that's fine. This is cool. I'm letting it stay here because it's keeping itself warm. I'm not getting any smoke out of the stove to speak of. Now that piece of wood is, that I put in, is discolored. I expect it, if it goes according to Hoyle, it should burst into flames, but I got lots of coals in the bottom anyway, and for a coffee. So, I'm going to serve myself up. And move, haha, they all froze in the spot, didn't they? Okay. Okay. Okay, see, this was also a test on, will this little bowl be enough? And yes, it's, see that? There's no real broth in there. And that's just fine. Now, of course, we could always add something like Parmesan cheese grated up. That would really bring a flavor to it. Let's give it a try. Yes. Okay. The noodles taste great. Everything does. From the jerky, and you can see a piece here. Okay, the jerky's got a nice flavor. That's great. It's not all salty. It's mingled in with the noodles, and the whole thing has turned out beautifully. So, I'm not going to harass you, keep you hanging on to see if I'm going to share it. No, I'm not. I'm going to eat it. This is my lunch. Thank you so much for coming with me today. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your subscriptions. Those who have subscribed, I appreciate that. If you're anything like me, you may even watch the videos on TV. And yes, a number of times I've stopped it and used my phone to find the person doing the presentation and subscribe to them on my phone, because I'm watching it on my 42-inch TV set. So There you go. Meantime, I'm not going to let this get cold. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for enjoying this beautiful day. -7 and it's balmy warm. What can you say? To my friends down south in Arizona and places like that, be well. And yeah, I've got a nephew lives in Mexico. Friends around the world, thank you, thank you. I know that I have subscribers dotted all over the world, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Till next time, be safe, God bless. Ted's clear.